Yeah, I mean, spring game is the culmination of, winter and spring preparation. I thought the day was spirited and was happy with the back and forth, and I thought the guys enjoyed playing football. And I think we come out of the game relatively healthy, which is good, and that's always the goal. And we'll benefit moving forward from all the work we've invested this morning. But good to see the defense play the entire day with physical presence and flying to the ball. I thought offensively we had some bursts of explosive play. I thought Walter Taylor had a better day where you start to see some of the things that he's capable of. Sedrick Alexander had a nice day running the ball. So there's a lot to build on that.
Felt like the running game progressed a little bit maybe as the spring went on, and it was a little better today than some days we've seen. Is that a fair way to put it?
It is. No, I think we've retooled some of the stuff we're doing in terms of the tactics. And I thought here in the last few practices, you've seen a little bit more production coming in the run game. Obviously, that's something we're going to have pride in. And coming off last year, we want to be a team that can run the ball. And part of it is getting young running backs comfortable, back there too. Chase Gillespie's still a freshman. I thought he had some good runs today, and again, Sedrick did, and even Dylan Betts-Polly coming off the quad strain, I thought had a nice day. And Cheeks had some runs too. So it was good. I think that starts up front, but I thought they did a nice job covering up the defense and finding some runs, some vertical cuts there that allowed the run game to get going.
Do you think the kicking game is something you want to address in the portal into the summer?
Well, we got to take a look. I mean, the conversation about roster management, it's all about, you have 85 scholarships, and right now we're at 85 scholarships. And so, we're gonna add, a kicker here as a freshman. We're going to probably add a transfer that maybe is a walk-on. By the time we're lining up, we recognize the kicking game is an important part of our success, and so we'll have the answer to that. The way we do it, it's just all a matter of how everything plays out over the next few weeks.
The defense winning this, spring game today. Do you think that shows the improvement of that unit?
Well, certainly. I still go back to saying, I want to see our full allotment of receiver skill healthy. I think we got we got some playmakers that are sidelined, and so there's going to be more pressure put on them in fall camp. I think they've improved. I thought our most improved unit's been our defensive line. They showed up today, batted some balls down, made some plays in the run game, got pressure on the quarterback. I was joking with David Davis. We've come a long way defensively in 2 years. If you remember that first spring game, I don't know that they may still be running offensive plays from that one. I'm proud of them. The biggest thing to me is they were physical. They were running to the ball. We've gotten faster. That's measurable, and certainly something to build on. Still have a long way to go and a lot of unsettled questions to answer, but we've made progress this spring.
What's it mean to have Ken Seals back for this team?
It means a lot because Ken means a lot to me, and he's a great leader for us. He's grown and matured in so many ways. I think he would tell you that he's experienced self-discovery here and learned a lot about himself. He's tough, he's consistent, he's dependable. He cares about his teammates, and you know what? He's stepping into higher levels of performance too. And so I'm proud of Ken. I respect him, and maybe that's the biggest compliment I can give to him. I respect him tremendously for his toughness and his willingness to just keep stepping in and competing.
Teachable moment for the celebration penalty there.
Yeah, I think it's a needed one. I think Quincy, competitive maturity for him is his next step. He's a playmaker. I know now his physical tools and his ability. He needs to expect to be in those positions, and I told him too, just be humble enough to know that the protection, the quarterback, there are a lot of things that had to go right for that play to be made, and so you carry the ball in the end zone with respect and appreciation to those elements too. And he understands, and it's just about growth and maturity, and he'll get there.
Broadly speaking, what do you think you guys got done this spring that you're pretty happy with, and what are the areas of remember to work on, thinking of summer workouts?
Well, I think we took time this winter and really dove into identity. And I challenged these guys. This has been a tough, few months here. They've answered the call to action. I think we have a far better understanding of who we are, what our margins are, and where we need to strengthen to win. I still want to see a team that comes out and there aren't plays made based off structural breakdowns, or we had some penalties, operational penalties. It's going to happen, but a team that can execute snap in, snap out, and put the ultimate level of pressure on the opponent, that's still, we have work to do on that. I think the summer is going to be about building connection and chemistry. We need to be having higher level conversations here, so it's not about showing up anymore. It's not about having positive energy. We've demonstrated that. This is about how we've become dangerous as a football team and a football program, and that's about the connection that we play with. Obviously, we need to spend time off the field to have connection on the field, but also in higher level football conversations where we're identifying areas where we can strengthen the team in our performance. So through communication, through alignment, assignment, a quarterback knowing where the receiver wants the ball on a certain route, so on and so forth, so that we can anticipate and get to our technique faster in front. That'll be the goal for the summer. We've made some great strides this winter and spring, and excited to now head into the next cycle.
You mentioned tough last few months. Do you just mean like bitter taste in your mouth coming off the missed opportunity for the bowl game, or something else?
More about, we talk about going into the crucible every day, but we've challenged this group in healthy ways. But we say that training starts in adversity, and without adversity, we're just going through emotions. And so this winter, our winter training program was deliberately hard. It was difficult. In spring ball, we've gone 2 hours pretty much every day and gotten after it. You guys have seen that. And these guys haven't flinched. I think year one, they didn't know how to handle that volume, so we didn't handle it. Year two, we were a little bit further along. I think now we're in a position where we're thriving in this kind of environment of toughness, and like I said, the crucible environment, and we're starting to form something I think that's significant.
What did it mean to y'all to wear the Covenant School patches today?
Well, obviously a lot. It's the least that we can do to stand in strength and support for a community that is reeling. I think as a Nashvilleian and as a native Nashvilleian, I'm still in a process of grieving that too. I mean, I as a parent, can't imagine the pain of losing a child, and so this is one small thing we can do to show that we're standing with people that are hurting right now and people that we care about. I look forward to doing more for those communities and all the communities out there in Nashville that make up our hometown.
Like your spring?
Sir?
How'd you feel like the spring?
I feel like it was pretty solid, trying to get the fit in with the guys, chemistry and stuff like that. But we definitely still have a lot to prove on offense and defense, but I think the spring went pretty well.
A little more difficult maybe with Shepard being out and Skinner being out some and Jaden being out. It seemed like you were a lot of days throwing the guys that may not really line up as your first team. Will that make it a little bit harder?
Definitely like the beginning, trying to get the chemistry, like I said earlier, with those guys especially. But a lot of them stepped up. For instance, like Richie Hoskins, Landon Wells, Wilson Long, guys like that. They stepped up a lot in the spring, so I was really excited to see that.
It's tough for the conditions to kind of get in a rhythm today. Like a lot of guys slipped in wet balls.
Yeah, it's probably hard to tell, but we were trying to time our rhythm with the receivers. They're not able to make cuts, so they're running the routes slower, stuff like that. And it makes it harder on the O-line because the D-line's pushing them and they're slipping. So there's a lot of little things that it's hard to see out there, but we're on the sideline talking about it. So we're trying to adjust to that, and the defense just keep pushing us and pushing us. We keep slipping. So conditions were definitely not in our favor either.
Where do you think the offense is at heading into the summer now?
I think we're on pace where we want to be. I think we're continuing to grow every single day, especially from January 8th when we first started spring and started developing Team 3. Coach Lee came in earlier, officially said we're Team 3, so we were all pretty excited about that.
How much different are things for you now versus a year ago? Going into a summer where you're probably going to try to establish yourself as a leader this year?
I think the confidence is definitely up. Like last spring I was coming in here not knowing what I was getting into. But going into this spring I'm definitely a lot more confident, and especially with the guys in the quarterback room, they push me every day, and we're all having very successful spring.
Do you feel like you can take more role authority of the team, kind of the leader, and dominant voice kind of a little more so this year than last year.
Absolutely.
What do you think of how Sedrick Alexander improved like this spring?
We've all been very impressed with him so far this spring, especially with his vision and his patience. Like when he first got up here, we were working on meshes, but he was getting there too fast. But he sees the hole very well, and he makes very good cuts. So we're all pretty pleased with how he's performed this so far.
You've been pretty explosive throughout. Then you've seen that explosiveness from him.
Yeah, we all mess with him. Kind of, we call him Baby Ray because he sees the holes and he explodes through them like that. He may not have breakaway speed, but he hits the holes hard and he gets some pretty big gains for us. So.
How did you feel about the spring you had?
I think it was very productive. I think that the start of last year I knew what I needed to improve on, but the season started so fast and I got the role that I was starting half the season and it came really fast and it stirred up on me. So I couldn't really take time to work on that. And I think this spring, like, I knew the flaws that I had, I knew my weaknesses, and I kind of tried my best to correct those and become a better player all around.
We saw the ball get out of the quarterback's hands quickly a few times. Feels like your front four were able to do a lot more things on their own this year. How much does that help you guys on the back end?
It helps us a lot because, whenever they're getting pressured, the ball comes out faster or it doesn't come out at all. So I think that definitely helps us because if we don't have to defend for 20 seconds, then the passing yards will go down, sacks will go up. So it'll help the team in general at all four phases.
Defensively, what do you think you guys did well today?
I think that it's obviously slippery out here, so I think that we all adjusted to the grass and batted down some balls, got our hand on some balls, and DeRicky Wright forced a turnover. So I think all around we played with total effort today, and that's what Coach Howell he's been staying on that since spring started. So I think we topped off with total effort for the most part, and we batted down some balls and just playing aggressive.
Questions for Sedrick Alexander.
Cedric, you had a nice night tonight. How do you feel about tonight in your spring?
Tonight, I feel like I did a great job. Coming from high school and just getting here early, I feel like it was like one of the best decisions I made. And like getting here, getting to work in with the boys, getting to work in with the coaches and the staff. Like I just appreciate every moment I've been here. And then you see that it's payoff. You see that it's payoff in the spring game. And now I'm trying to go play in the fall.
How hard is it to do what you did when you're enrolling early? You're having to class like you haven't before. You're having like a pass protection. That seems like a lot to bite off.
Yeah, you just have to go in the meeting room, man. You got to be in the meeting room each and every day. You got to take step by step. And once you get everything done, it all flows, man. If some advice for early enrollees, if you're going to early enrollee, just get in that meeting room. If you're in that meeting room, you're going to be a great athlete. You're going to be able to contribute to the team early.
Was there a moment this spring where you think things like kind of clicked for you?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest moments was I think in practice I had ran like a 50, 60-yarder and it was like a patient run, and I was like, oh yeah, I think I got this. I think I know what I'm doing. I think I know how to read defenses and stuff like that. So just every day, and like I said, in the meeting room, it paid off. And then I came out there that one day, did some good things on and off the field. We talked about eating and nutrition and stuff like that, and I just went out and ball.